Hello, Bay School community. This is Mrs. W, the principal, on the 27th of September, 2019. And it is my last September video. Hard to believe that it's almost October, but it has been great. We had a great week here at Bay. The Future Academy from Arroyo came today and did mindfulness and games in classrooms, which was great. It was great to see so many high school students helping out our little guys. We also had Safe Routes for School come and talk to our 4th and 5th graders about being safe around the railroad tracks. It's very important, especially in this area, for us to have these conversations with our kids to keep them safe. Just a reminder, please use crosswalks when you're walking to and from Bay. We've had a couple near misses out front with people running across the street to get to their cars, not in crosswalks, and we need to keep everybody safe. Also, please, when you're picking up or dropping off, pull over to the side. I know it takes longer, but pull up to the curb. Don't ask kids to run into the street to get into cars, even if there's an adult with them. We need to keep everybody safe at our wonderful school. Next week, very strange schedule. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are what we've always done. Thursday is a parent conference day, so it's a minimum day. Students get out at 12:45, and then teachers will be holding conferences with parents for the afternoon. And then Friday, October 4th, there's no school for kids. It's a full day of conferences for teachers and parents. So hopefully your conference is scheduled, and maybe I'll see you because I'll be here. Feel free, I'll be in the hallways a lot, so feel free to say hi. Another important thing, on Wednesday, October 2nd is our room mom meeting. If you are a room parent, please, from 6 to 7, come to our meeting to talk about what room parents do. It's kind of interesting because that was the first thing I did at my kids' school. I was a room mom when my son was in kindergarten. And it was nice because that's where I really met my best friends. My friends who are my best friends now, my son is 12, I met around this time in those room parent meetings. The other thing to know is that October 2nd is a Papa Murphy fundraiser. So if you go to Papa Murphy's in Greenhouse, our school gets back 20% of whatever you buy. So that's great too. So it's going to be a good week at Bay. I hope that you have a great weekend. It's going to be a little bit cooler, which I like, because it was really hot earlier this week. It feels a lot better today. It's all 70 degrees. I much prefer. So I have a great book for you today called The Adventures of Beekle. Look at him. I think he's so cute. And I think it's interesting that the only one who seems to notice him is the dog. So let's see what happens in The Adventures of Beekle by Dan Santat. The Adventures of Beekle, the unimaginary friend. It's unexpected. He was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly waiting to be imagined by a real child. Every night he stood under the stars, hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and given a special name. He waited for many nights. Look, I bet that is an animal that's been picked, an imaginary friend. But his turn never came. Okay. His mind filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friend from imagining him. So rather than waiting, he did the unimaginable. What do you think he's gonna do? I don't know. He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things. But thinking about his friend gave him the courage to journey on. Until he reached the real world. I wonder what's going to happen to Beekle in the real world. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake. No one stopped to hear the music, and everyone needed nap time. Then he finally saw something familiar. So he followed. Do you see what he sees? He had a good feeling about this place, but he looked everywhere and he could not find his friend. He climbed to the top of a tree and looked out, wishing and hoping his friend would come. There's a lot of kids on the tree. I wonder if one of those kids could be his friend. But no one came. He He thought about how far he'd come and how long he'd waited and felt very sad. Then he heard a noise below. Hello. Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that felt just right. At first, they weren't sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend before, but after a little while, Alice, they realized, it's got a question mark, and she says, Beekle. They were perfect together. I'm Beekle. Hi, Beekle. Look, you see? She named him. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. They told funny jokes. The world began to feel a little less strange. And together, they did the unimaginable. Did you see that? I wonder where they're sailing. Oh, I like this book because in the beginning, Beekle's so sad he doesn't have anybody. And then he goes out and he finds a friend. And he and Alice have a wonderful thing together. And it makes him feel better. And it makes him able to explore the world. That's how I feel about my friends too. So I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see you on Monday. Take care. It's great to be a Bronco.